Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired and sick. I can't eat, but I'm sick. Yo, guys, so if I didn't have to do this, I was going to sleep. Char, I'm tired. Yo, I'm tired, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then, okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the preparation interview questions, right? Part 2 we're doing my in-depth questions, the deeper questions, right? So please bear with me, ne? I'm not but then yeah, I'll try and be yeah. Okay, I had an apple. I hope that it will like vosa me, because yo, I don't know what's wrong, guys, honestly. But then let me try. Okay, let me try and finish. We're doing part 2, in-depth questions, as I said. Question number 1 is, how did you hear about this position? Yeah, well, but if you found out about the position through a friend or a family member, say so and share why you are excited about this job. Even if you found the listing through a random job board, share what specifically caught your eye about the role. Magalaizo redula mo South Africa. So majority of the time it's through nepotism, it's through connections, dilonyana tse jwalo, okay? So state, you must say ukuthi I found out about this job through a cousin or a sister or something. That was say it, okay? And then why do you want to work for this company? Oh, the input that I'm gonna share for this question, please listen to it. Even if you don't listen to the rest of this video, make sure you listen to this part, because it's very, very, very important. Okay. Why do you want to work for this company? Mona bare. Be aware of generic answers. If your response makes you sound like every other candidate, you're missing out on an opportunity to stand out. I already told you guys, because these questions are psychological questions. They're trying to reach your soul. So you really, 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 really have to be okay, be bright, try and stand out, think outside of the box when you're answering these questions. Like, don't just give basic answers or any answer that anybody would give. Like, try and be unique. Okay, it's very, very important that you do that. They also say to do your research and point out something that makes the company unique. Talk about how you've watched the company grow and change since the first time you've heard of it. Focus on the organization's opportunity for future growth and how you can contribute to it. Okay? Like, it's very, very important that you do that. Yeah. And then question number 3 is, why do you want this job and why did you apply? Again, companies want to hire people who are passionate about the job. Like, when you're answering these questions, try and be unique. Try and point out facts about the company that nobody else would know. Show them you're interested in working for this company and you're aware about certain things that are happening within the company or outside of the company that you think are very cool. Like, state those things. It's very, very important that you do that. Okay? And then question number 4 is, why should we hire you? Your craft here is to answer the answer the question in 3 ways and cover these 3 things when you're answering that question. The first thing that you're going to cover is you're going to tell them you can not only do the job, but you can deliver great results. That's the first thing. Secondly, that you will fit in great with the company's team and the culture. And then number 3, that you are a better hire than the other candidates. Okay? But yay, I'm the one. Yeah, this apple didn't help because I still feel like crap. But ish. I gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, do what you gotta do. Question number 5 is what can you bring to the company? Kati, when an interviewer asks you this question, they don't just want to hear about your background. They want to see that you understand the problems and challenges they're facing as a company and how you will be able to help them. Okay, so it's very important that you do a background check about this company that you're applying for and try to see, like, dig deep and see Ukuti, what can you bring to the company that it isn't already there. Okay. Um, Question number 6 is what are you looking for in this new position? So when you're answering this question, you are going to have to speak about the things that they're going to say that the things that they're looking for in the company. So after reading your job description, the key responsibilities, speak about those things. Because that's what you're looking forward to. If they're gonna like give you like a program that's gonna teach you something new and you that it's something that you haven't been aware of, tell them because you're looking for that opportunity to grow or something like that. Okay. Question number 7 is what is your work style? And then Barrett, when an interviewer asks you this question, they are trying to imagine you in your work role. How will you approach your work? What what it will be like to work with you? Will you mesh well with the existing team? So when you're talking about your work style, think about the job position that you're applying for. If you're going to be working with other, if it's not like a solo position or like it's going to require you to work with other people, but my customer service, working in like a busy space, always talk about how you enjoy working with other people, you like working with other people, so that they can see you can work with other people really. What I like. So think about the role that you're applying for and how is it gonna fit in with the things that you like? So just kind of like make it one thing. Question number 8 is how would your boss and co-workers describe you? If you don't have work experience and then you're supposed to answer this question, ask your friends. Ukuti, how would you guys describe me as a person? Or ask your mother. Somebody that is like closely related to you and knows you kahle kahle. And then ask them, "Ukuthi, how would you describe me as a person?" And then take those points and then kind of write them down. With, okay, I guess this is my personality or this is how I am. Okay. Question number 9 is how do you handle pressure or a stressful situation? This one is similar to that question, Yako part 1, about having a stressful scenario and how did you handle it. They're just trying to see if you can roll with the punches, you can work under pressure, and all of those things. Okay, so always try and say, "Guti, I can work well under pressure." Even if you know, Guti, you can't work well under pressure, but tell them, "Guti, I can work well under pressure." Okay. Question number 10 is how do you prioritize your work? And then Mona Bare, the interviewer, wants to know that can you manage your time, your judgment, and communication? Start by talking about whatever system you have found that works for you in terms of how you plan your daily routine. Okay, so how do you prioritize your work? Do you work, maybe you work well in the morning and not in the afternoon, you become lazy, or you work well like during the course of the day, 12, 12, that's when you start getting your energy. And how do you like prioritize your tasks? Do you do your tasks based on the shortness of the task or the bigness of the task or the due date? And you can figure out all of these things by the assignment how during your high school days or something like that. Okay. Question number 11 is how do you like to be managed? You know how I figured out this question or the answer to this question, right? Personally, for me, I don't like being micromanaged. Ne? It doesn't matter, but I don't like being micromanaged. And how did I figure that out? Is by my mother. Think of your mom in this instance or situation. So not personally, when I'm at home and I'm cleaning the house, right? I don't like it when my mom is watching me like this. And it's like, no, so, do this, do that. Like I hate it so much. Like I hate it. Like I'm gonna end up leaving what I was doing because it irritates me so much. You know, I prefer to do my own thing, work, and then she can tell me afterwards, "Bona ga o etsa eng, bona ga o etsa eng," and then I fix it afterwards. I don't like it when she's standing in my face and she's like, yo, do this, do like I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. So I don't like being micromanaged. I don't expect my boss to like always be in my face and watching me do my job. It makes me feel nervous. It makes me feel pressured. It makes like I can't do anything when somebody's doing that to me. So I would prefer gore motho a tle, I don't check, I want to ke sharp and then go away again. And then I from time to time. I don't want them to stand in my face. So when I think about the relationship that you have with your mother or whoever you're living with, and what are the small things that irritate you about that person when you're busy working, you know? And other people do like being micromanaged. They prefer gore motho a mo shebe as they're doing their work. It makes them feel better and they can work better ka tsela eo. So figure that out and then point it out in this answer when you're answering this question. And they're going to ask you a lot of questions about your accomplishments, your goals, your strengths, your weaknesses, educational background, or your dreams and aspirations, and what inspires you, and all of that. So you need to be in tune with yourself and understand. They're going to ask you, at what year did you matriculate? And you need to know, okay, I matriculated at this year. And then they're going to ask you, what did you do after that year? And then they're going to ask you, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What can you change about your personality? When did you get that qualification? What was difficult about you acquiring that qualifications? What are your accomplishments? Like they just need this person to be very, 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 very woke, and like you have to be in tune with yourself. You have to look like you're this motivated person because that's what they're looking for, a motivated individual. And I never really understood why personality was so important to a job. I was like, can't they, what are you guys looking for? Are you looking for somebody that can do the job, or you're looking for somebody that's gonna have a good personality doing that job? I once asked that there's a guy, bike, the guy that was hosting the workshop that we went to. I don't know why I don't know that guy's name, but then yeah, I'd like to call him bike because he liked his bike. I asked him, "Kuti, why is it so important to have like dreams and aspirations and what? If I can do the job, why are you worried about my personality and how I would handle certain situations?" And then he was like, even though you can like do your job properly, but if you can't work with other people, or you can't be respectful towards other people, be it's your work partners, your colleagues, your boss, it's going to be a horrible experience working with you. And they have to create this amazing work experience or work environment whereby everybody can work together. So the last thing that they're looking for is to hire somebody that's not going to be able to mesh or work with other people, because when you're just a horrible person, so they're not looking for someone like that. That's why it's important to do these personality questions. So you need to be aware of yourself. If you don't have any accomplishments, figure them out, create them for yourself, because they're going to ask you about all of that. Okay. After asking you all of these questions, they're gonna now ask you the last question that they're gonna ask you is, do you have any questions for us? And the worst thing that you can do is say no. Yo, that's the worst thing that you can do for yourself. If you don't want a job, say no. If you don't want to work, just say no. It's very important that you say you have questions to ask you. I've created, I've curated a couple of questions here that you can ask them. Okay? And it's gonna make you look like you are interested in the job. It's gonna make you look like, okay, you wanna do this, you want this job, and you're interested in it. As soon as you start saying, Ruti, I don't have any questions, Bazupona as somebody that's not interested in getting this job, okay? Even though these questions, some of them they already covered in the job description or the job responsibilities or the key responsibilities of the job, you need to ask so that you seem interested in the job, okay? So the first question that you would ask is, what will my responsibilities be? Write this question down and go ask them. More figure that in the interview, you take out your notepad and everything, and then you write down notes. I guess they're gonna do that with you. Do the same. Do the same thing. You write down your notes. When they ask you questions, you take a good, okay, I've answered this question. Like it's gonna make you look like a focused and you know your story. Okay? So first question that you're gonna ask is what will I, or like you can either ask three of these questions or all of them, but the more questions that you have for them, the better. Because they're gonna give you an opportunity to ask, and it doesn't matter how many questions that you have, they will answer all of them. Okay? And the more questions that you have, first of all, how passionate. We are you know? So first question is what will my responsibilities be? Question number two is what is the position when will the position be available? Are you going to work in 6 months time? Are you going to work in 3 months time? Are you going to work in a year's time? So that you prepare yourself financially, mentally, and everything. Okay, I'm going to be working after 3 months or 6 months. So you have to know, Kuti, when will this position be available? When will I start waking up and coming to work? So that you prepare yourself, Loena, for this position. Question number three is how does this position fit in with the rest of the company? Question number four, who will I be reporting to? Question number five, what attributes does someone need to have in order to be successful in this position? Question number six, how will you assess my performance? So you can either ask all of these six questions, or ask 3 out of 6, or 2 out of 6, or maybe you have another question that you might want to ask them, but ask questions. Not one, not two, three upwards. Okay? Um, and then also another thing that I want to point out is do a mode interview. A mode interview is you call somebody, your sister, your cousin, your friend, your mother, and you're like, yo, can you please help me answer these questions? The best thing that you can do is record yourself. You can do a voice recorder or a screen recording and then listen. Do the interview, have your friend ask you these questions, and then listen. I would prefer that you look for somebody that you feel intimidated by, like somebody who go to the next door neighbor and ask their mother or the brother or the cousin. That's somebody who you feel like this person is strict. Ask them to do this thing for you so that you feel nervous when you're about to do it. Because if it's your friend, you're not going to take it seriously enough. If it's your friend, and you have to take this seriously and you have to be mentally prepared for it. Okay? So ask someone that you're afraid of and then like ask them I see the questions for you. So you're gonna prepare all of these questions that we've been doing and then also ask them I get a question and they shouldn't tell you about those questions that they've come up with, okay? And then you decide on a day and then you're like, okay, once you feel like you're ready now, they ask you the questions, but you record yourself and then listen. It's very important that after you do the interview, you ask for feedback from your friend or whoever you're going to be doing the interview from and tell them to be brutally honest because it's going to help you grow. Okay? And then also, if you were recording yourself now, it was strong. It was okay. Where are my mistakes? What can I improve on? What is the problem? And never, ever, 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 ever mumble. Ever. Don't mumble. Ever. Somebody, this biker guy that I've been telling you guys about, he said, Uguti, you have to learn to buy time in an interview. Learn to buy time. And how can you buy time in an interview? Get a glass of water or a bottle of water. And then if there's a question that they ask you and you feel like you don't know the answer to or you still have to think about it, drink the water. And then as you're drinking the water, think about how you would answer the question. And then give yourself like 2 seconds to like, out and then answer the question. Like, it's a trick that you can use to like buy time for yourself. So ask for water before coming into the interview and don't drink the water until they ask you a question that you feel like it's an uncomfortable question or you don't know how to approach the question, right? But then don't do it with every other question because maybe throughout the interview there's a question in the middle or towards the end whereby like you don't know what to say. Drink water and then think about the answer and then answer the question. And then you are not rushed. One thing that you need to understand in an interview, you're not rushed. You are given time to think. Don't think too long, but then they give you space of time for maybe 1 minute or 30 seconds before, after asking the question, they give you 30 seconds to like think and then answer the question. Okay? Never mumble. If you don't know something, say ukuthi awazi. Like say or think of something, but then don't mumble and say things that don't make sense. Okay? Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.